When discussions arise about the greatest defensemen in NHL history, a few names tend to dominate the conversation. Bobby Orr, Nick Lidstrom, and Ray Bourque. And for good reason. Occasionally, players like Paul Coffey and Dennis Potvin come up, but the debate rarely extends beyond this group. However, there is one player that often gets overlooked. In today's video, we're going to make a case as to why Larry Robinson should be considered the greatest defenseman to ever play hockey. And let's just say, some of his accomplishments will shock you. Let's dive in. In the history of Canadiens defensemen, Robinson stands as the only player who might rival Doug Harvey in team legacy. While Harvey's career was marked by personal struggles that sometimes overshadowed his remarkable string of Norris Trophy wins, Robinson's success was less about individual accolades, but more about his sustained dominance on the Canadiens' blue line for 17 years. Sadly, many people today seem to overlook just how great Robinson truly was, and he doesn't receive the full credit he deserves. When Robinson joined the Canadiens in 1972, he was relatively unknown.
Number 19, Larry Robinson.
A tall, lanky farm boy from Ontario, he lacked the star appeal of a Guy Lafleur, and, as a kid, had even been a self-proclaimed Habs hater. Despite this, Robinson became a key player for 6 Stanley Cup winning Canadiens teams. He won 2 Norris trophies, a Conn Smythe trophy.
I'm really thrilled to win this, but I accept it on behalf of all the other players who, I think are just as deserving of this award as I am. I'm a firm believer in...
Was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame and had his number 19 retired by the Canadiens. Robinson played in the NHL for 20 years and never missed the playoffs, a record he shares with Nick Lidstrom. Serge Savard once remarked that Larry Robinson's immense talent changed the way he approached the game when they became defense partners. Robinson credited Savard in return, saying that playing with him gave him the confidence to showcase his rushing ability, knowing Savard had his back. When Robinson did decide to join the Rush, it was a sight to behold. At 6'4" and 225 pounds, he had a unique combination of skill and size, a rarity in hockey, and was unlike any other defender in NHL history. Despite his awkward, lanky appearance, Robinson's ability to move the puck was remarkable. His skating stride was smooth and powerful, allowing him to effortlessly carry the puck through the neutral zone. Though primarily a pass-first player, he was a fantastic playmaker and could easily blow past defenders to finish plays himself if he chose to. Robinson was just as dominant defensively as he was offensively. His rushing abilities didn't detract from his work in his own zone. In fact, he was a breakout machine. He could retrieve the puck with ease, skate it out, or deliver pinpoint passes to start plays. His long reach made it difficult for opponents to get past him, and he had a knack for giving them just enough space to think they had a chance before shutting them down. If anyone angered him, they quickly regretted it. Angry Larry was not someone you wanted to drop the mitts with. His powerful right hand was a force to be reckoned with. When people talk about defensemen, they often use the analogy of a quarterback, especially when discussing power plays. Like a football QB, elite defensemen may not always score, but they are the ones orchestrating plays, making them crucial to a team's offense. The best blue liners in NHL history are those who can take control of a game from the back end, and Larry Robinson might be the finest example of that. While Bobby Orr is frequently mentioned as the quintessential game-dominating defenseman, Robinson deserves to be in the same conversation. If Orr was the first defenseman to dominate a game, Robinson might have been the first big man to do so with such authority. One of the strongest arguments for Robinson being among the greatest defensemen of all time is his NHL career plus-minus record. He holds the all-time record at a staggering plus 722, with Bobby Orr in second at plus 582, a significant gap that underscores just how dominant Robinson was when on the ice. His teams consistently outscored their opponents while he was on the ice. So, why does Robinson's name often get overlooked in discussions about the best defenseman ever? Some point to the fact that he only won 2 Norris trophies. However, this argument is weak when you consider that Bobby Orr, while winning 8 Norris trophies, only won 2 Stanley Cups. Individual awards are based on votes, while Stanley Cups are won by teams, making it hard to quantify who was better over an entire career. Ultimately, Robinson's dominance, both in terms of individual play and team success, places him among the all-time greats.
22 seconds left in the penalties to Lafleur and Park. Here's Robinson dashing in. Robinson cutting in a goal.
Is Larry Robinson overlooked because he didn't score as many points as Nicklas Lidstrom, Ray Bourque, or Paul Coffey? If so, that's not a fair way to judge his career. Bobby Orr, for example, scored fewer points than all 4 of those players due to his injury-shortened career, yet no one questions his place among the greats. Being in the conversation for the greatest defenseman ever is about much more than just piling up points. Maybe some people think Robinson wasn't as good and was simply lifted by playing on stacked Canadiens teams. But that argument doesn't hold up, as all the other greats played on excellent teams as well. Yes, Robinson had elite teammates like Guy Lafleur, but he was just as much a driving force behind the Canadiens' success as anyone else. He wasn't just along for the ride. He was a key part of the Canadiens' dominance in the 70s and 80s.
Robinson did not limit his talent to the National Hockey League. A significant contributor to Canada's international program, he played pivotal roles on victorious Canadian teams.
It's fair to say those legendary teams wouldn't have been the same without him. While players like Orr and Lidstrom are undeniably great, Larry Robinson deserves to be mentioned right alongside them.
Game, 1 minute and 22 seconds left in the penalties to Lafleur and Park. Here's Robinson dashing in. Robinson cutting in a goal.
The fact that he played on strong teams shouldn't detract from his individual brilliance. So, the next time people talk about the greatest defenseman in NHL history, make sure Larry Robinson is a part of that conversation, because it's incomplete without him. And there you have it, folks, the incredible career of Larry Robinson, and the argument for him to be considered one of, if not the best defenseman in NHL history. Drop a comment below and let us know where you rank Robinson on the all-time list. And, as always, if you like this video and want to see more, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. See you in the next one.